This is an interesting first official video for me to share on my channel, but I felt like it was so important to share it because I just can't get it out of my mind. But I don't know if you all saw a couple months ago a documentary that came out called Out of Shadows. Out of Shadows, that's the name of the channel and the documentary. It's hard to find because it's being shadow banned. They were getting like 1 million views a day, but that document was really explosive, exposing the mind control methods that we've all been subjected to our whole life. That video was shocking to me because I thought, I'm awake out of the JW madness, life is good, only to find out that all other areas of our lives have been controlled in the similar ways as well. So I went to Google one day and typed in, because they talked about MK Ultra, mind control. I typed in MK Ultra and Jehovah's Witnesses, and this document came up, CIA.gov, Freedom of Information Act. You click on it and you click on the document here, and this document comes up. It's a declassified document. The date of distribution was December 22nd, 1948. I don't know what's in this box here, but that wasn't declassified. Looks like it was declassified on May 15th, 1978. Yeah, looks like it was declassified from 1978. But here's the subject. KKE and Jehovah's Witnesses in the country is Greece. This is just shocking. Pursuant to orders of the party, officials and members of KKE have joined the religious sect of the Millennialists, or Jehovah's Witnesses. Let's pause right there because I have no idea what the KKE is. I go over to KKE, and it is the Communist Party of Greece. The Communist Party of Greece is a Marxist-Leninist political party in Greece. If you hover over that, it will explain to you that the Marxism-Leninism is a political philosophy that seeks to establish a socialist state to develop further into socialism and eventually communism, a classless social system with common ownership of the means of production and with full and social economic equality of all members of society. Wow. Continuing on, founded in 1918, as a socialist Labor Party of Greece, it is the oldest political party in modern Greek politics. This party was banned in 1936. Remember that, banned in 1936, but played a significant role in the Greek resistance and the Greek Civil War, and its membership peaked in the 1940s. So, this is a lot to read, so I skimmed through the contents here, and this one caught my eye. This one just jumped out at me. Splits and alliances. Splits and alliances. There have been a series of splits throughout the party's history, the earliest one being the trustiest organization of Internationalist Communists of Greece. I wish they told you how to pronounce it. Anyway, so in 1956, after the 20th Congress of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union denounced the excesses of Stalin, a faction group of Marxist-Leninists of Greece, which split from the party in 1964, becoming the Organization of Leninists of Greece. 1968, a relatively big group split from KKE, forming KKE Interior, claiming to be directed from within Greece rather than from the Soviet Union. 1988, and it goes on, 1988, early 2000 up until the 2015. And I realize one's missing. This one from 1948. Now, I don't know if this is when it actually happened. Keep in mind, this is the date of distribution. We just read that pursuant to the orders of the party, the KKE party, officials and members of the KKE have joined the religious sect of Millennialists or Jehovah's Witnesses. Also in here, it said that some of them, where did I find that? Some of them were executed, not all of them. As you can see, they split off. Point number 2. This is interesting because this sect forbids its followers to use deadly weapons. That's how we were raised. And consequently, the members of KKE will find an area of activity in spreading defeatist propaganda and propaganda from avoiding compulsory military service and the struggle against the guerrillas. Interesting. So that was the idea of this whole party, was to spread defeatist propaganda. What is defeatist propaganda? So I had to look that up. Defeatist propaganda, basically defeatism spreads fear. The propaganda is to spread fear, to keep your neutrality, but also, let me type in defeatist mentality. That explained it. What is the defeatist mentality? Having a defeatist attitude means that you give up before you've even started. Like the runner who is convinced he's going to lose the race, that he hasn't even bothered to go to the starting line. The defeatist is the opposite of an optimist. And this made so much sense to me. The defeatist, I didn't realize that's what we were being taught. It is a defeatist mentality. We stay neutral when it comes to political matters. We don't have weapons. You don't ask questions. You do as you're told. This is Jehovah's one channel, one organization. All this time we were being fed a defeatist propaganda. And that is the mindset that we grew up under. It just makes me wonder if it spread to any other countries outside of Greece. But this sect is gaining ground not only in the Athens Piraeus area, but also in some of the provinces, for example, in Crete. This religious group is known under the name of Russellites. If you had any inkling or anything that says, oh, they've got the wrong group, no, they don't. The religious group is under the name of Russellites, after the name of the founder, an American named Charles Russell, or Millennialist, or Jehovah's Witnesses. They prefer the last name. They're still known by that name until this day. Number 5, concealed under this religious cloak, the members of KKE are meeting for party work. Remember what their party work is: spreading defeatist propaganda. What that does is you give up your control. When you have a defeatist mentality, you give up your control. You don't even try. You don't question. You go along. They're constantly telling you to obey, that we are the sheep. All of these labels get us in line, and it's really priming us for something bigger, for exactly what we're going through right now. I think it's backfiring on them, on all of them, all of the people, all of the agencies, all of the organizations that have used this propaganda technique. I think it's backfiring on them because a lot of people are waking up and saying, no, wait a minute. But you know, if in the Jehovah's Witness organization, if you ask questions, you were accused of having an independent spirit. They want to make you feel like you're the oddball, like you're the only one that's not going along with the plan. We weren't supposed to. We weren't supposed to be controlled to this level. And what we're seeing now with the whole COVID pandemic, staying in your home, everybody's on lockdown, the economy is in ruins, and they're now talking about how long it's going to take to get the economy up and running again. They're instilling fear. It's the same defeatist propaganda that is being spread. I encourage you to watch that documentary, Out of Shadows. I'll put a link in the description box. That was like an eye opener. If you're not awake yet to what you've been through, what you've been taught all of your life, I don't want to leave you feeling discouraged. Be very encouraged, because there are a lot of us who are awake to these techniques, and it's not going to work. It's leading to something much, much bigger. And I'll have to address that in another video. But man, I woke up 2 years ago, and I just found this like maybe a month ago or so. And I just sat on it for a while, because it was like I was waking up all over again. You know, a lot of you who have woken up know what kind of an experience that is, only to find out that there's more mind control, there's more brainwashing. So I encourage you to watch that video, Out of Shadows. And I pray that you wake up and see what's going on, see it for what it is, but know that you're not alone. There are a lot of us out here that have done it. I was getting ready to say, I looked back at some channels that helped me on my journey. One of them was Kim and Mikey, and because I wanted to see if anybody knew about this document. And sure enough, they did a YouTube video about this very document about 4 years ago in 2016. So there are other people that know about it. I'm not the first to find it. So, but this was just new for me. It was just new and shocking for me, and I wanted to share it with you and, you know, encourage you. Don't take everything at face value. Question everything. I think we were just given books and told that the research was already done for us, and that was so strategic in itself. It kept us busy. To where we didn't have time to research. The research materials were provided for us. And even if we were too busy for that, we got so lazy. And it's not your fault. I'm not calling you lazy. It's not our fault. But it was designed that way to make us stop thinking for ourselves. And so we just sit at the meetings and we just took it in, because we got to a point where we trusted that they were telling us the truth. But the scripture, as I was sitting in the Kingdom Hall, my last few meetings, like in April of 2018, I was seeing all kinds of crazy stuff. And I said, why do they call this the truth? Because I'm seeing a lot of lies. And instantly, the scripture, John 14:6, came to mind, where Jesus answered his disciples, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And that was a light bulb moment for me. Jesus is the truth, not this organization. But you have to find the truth for yourself. And I encourage you to not take anything else at face value. Do your own research. I know you're questioning. I know you're having doubts. I know you feel like something is off and you're right. Follow that. Follow that until you get your answers. Follow it until you get your answers. You're not crazy. You're not overthinking it. You are absolutely right. Something is wrong. And so, man, what a first video for my channel. But yeah, this was pretty explosive. And that documentary, Out of Shadows, is pretty explosive too. In my next video, I'm going to talk about the bigger plan of this whole thing, what this whole thing was leading up to, and also tell you about another documentary. But I hope you will all have a great Sunday, and we'll talk to you soon.